Get a cup, get a cup, get a cup. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back, everyone, to another video of First Cut Slim. And today, we're looking at IRL streamer facing 10 years in prison because he forgot this by a Tozy. Now, I'm not sure which IRL streamer this is, but we're going to be finding out. Hopefully, you guys like this. Go subscribe to a Tozy. If you're new, subscribe as well. Without any further ado, let's begin. Hopefully, do you like the new mask? I got it recently. I don't like how the back of the head's kind of exposed. I have to try to figure out how I'm supposed to, I gotta get some kind of mesh or something so I can, hold the back together. I don't know where to do any of this, get any of this crap, so that's it. But this mask does have a mouth hole. It does have a mouth hole, so we're good. Let's go.
This live streamer just got himself arrested live because he forgot to mute his mic while he was calling his dealer.
Man, I'm sorry, bro. I lost all my money.
Yo, F in the chat.
Dog, I lost all my money, bro.
I wish I was kidding. Come on, how is this possible? Why do you do this to yourself? Well, today we're talking about Bossman Jack, also known as Austin Curtis Peterson, a self-proclaimed gambling king who somehow manages to lose tens of thousands of dollars, screams at his dad, and incriminate himself all on Twitch within the same week.
How are you the gambling king if you're losing money? Especially that kind of money. I don't know about, I don't know. I think these are fake names that you've made for yourself, you know?
You may be asking yourself, who is this guy? Well, I personally found out about Bossman Jack through a clip on his live stream where he accidentally left his mic on mid-stream while ordering that white rock like it was Uber Eats. Not the brightest thing you could do. But after looking into him for, 10 minutes, I realized, oh wow, this is quite the iceberg. Because it became very apparent to me that it wasn't just one bad moment. Essentially, this was this entire internet ecosystem built around his chaos. In the same way, I kind of fell down that rabbit.
Is it illegal to order that stuff? Obviously, it's an illegal substance, right? But is it illegal to actually order that stuff? Or is it illegal to be selling it? Or to possess? But if you're ordering it, is that the illegal part? I don't know.
Rabbit hole with World of T-shirts. So where do I even start? Well, Austin Peterson, aka Bossman Jack, is a 28-year-old streamer from Virginia who's built his entire career off of being a cautionary tale. His content is kind of like watching a car crash or a slow train wreck because you can see it's going to end in a disaster. You just don't know when the disaster is going to happen.
No! Yo! Oh my god, bro! Yo! I swear to god, I'm done. I quit. I'm done, dude. I quit, dude. I quit, bro. I'm done, dude. I swear to god, I need this money so bad, dude.
Okay, yeah. Even the duck's in shock. This is...
I don't know how you're supposed to have a career gambling. I know there's some YouTubers and other creators who do that, but it's not really a career when it creates an addiction and then you are kind of stuck, in that. It's like Togi, who has, created this massive career off of gambling and substance abuse. So if he were to all of a sudden just quit it and straighten up his act, his whole career falls off because of that, basically. So he's kind of really shot himself in the foot by doing this in the first place and building a platform on that, I would think.
Clearly someone who needs help. But he started out in 2019 streaming old school RuneScape under the name of Austin07, and he was pretty good at it. He built a small following by gambling his in-game gold in duels, until it all went downhill. The guy couldn't stop. He became what the community calls a debt streamer, which essentially means a streamer begs for money so they can go lose it again gambling. And this was around 2022 when live streaming gambling was fairly popular. Gambling streams, especially slots and poker, became the fastest growing categories, hitting...
I have to be careful what I show here. I might actually even have to censor this because I know YouTube doesn't want to show this kind of stuff. I gotta be careful.
Over 300 million watch time hours in just 2021 alone. By 2022, Austin made the switch to this content from RuneScape into just being a gambling streamer. So I guess other than just being addicting, gambling streams also got him a lot of views. And lose, he definitely did, because Austin was constantly begging for loans, pawning off fake promises, and just having full-on emotional breakdowns live on his stream every single stream. He once scammed players by selling lent gold on RuneScape that wasn't his to sell, and still somehow kept streaming like nothing ever happened. Eventually, Twitch banned gambling streams altogether, and instead of, getting help, Austin said, fine,
I'll go to Kick.
I'll just go somewhere worse. So he moved over to Kick, rebranded as Bossman Jack, and became even more chaotic. Because I guess on Kick, he found his new calling, losing a whole bunch of money fast. He'd start with money and scream after one win, and then lose everything 5 minutes later and threaten to smash his computer.
Man, what the f I'm going all in, bro. I can't tell myself I can't. We need this, guys. We need this. Green smack. Let's go green. Let's go green. Would pay the most. Please land black. Please land black. I need this. I need this. I need this. I need
Let's
this.
rage,
I need
boys. Let's rage.
Come on, black. No. Have a good day, guys. My life. I can't believe I just lost everything, dude.
I mean, it's just a very sad and chaotic cycle to watch. He's been caught.
Yeah, it's definitely not good. I don't know how old he is, but if he's been losing all of the money he's been making on, you know, this kind of stuff, it's like, what do you... He's still living with his parents, it sounds like. And, which is fine, right? If you're working for your career, you're working towards something, you're in college, you're hustling to buy a house, whatever. But if you've just been doing this for years, like, what do you have to show for it? Just debt? What's the point? It's an addiction at this point, man. It's addiction at this point, man.
Caught on camera, punching walls, breaking doors, and screaming at his parents, who he still lives with, by the way. His poor dad, nicknamed Rat Dad by the community, can be heard in the background of half of his clips just sighing into oblivion. And sometimes you can even see his mom poke her head through the curtain and look at him while he's streaming.
Even my mom, Jaggix, what the man? That's a
She looks shocked. You gotta kick him out. You gotta kick him out, force him to pay his own bills, force him to... Because then he's gotta straighten up his act.
That poor lady. Kick even suspended him after one stream where he started hitting himself on camera. They also banned him for a month for using slurs mid-meltdown, and through it all, his chat egged him on, because essentially, he's just a very slow train wreck, and it's really hard to look away from people like him, especially for Kick viewers. We've covered a whole lot of people who've been egged on by Kick viewers to do, awful things for clout, to put it lightly. But this is just alarming because you're literally watching a guy completely destroy his life with his addictions.
I lost again. I just lost it all. Oh my...
But also, this goes way further back than just
I can see why people would want to watch that because it's entertaining, but at the same time, it's... You as a creator have to be, I don't know, sure of yourself. You have to just say no to people. Because, yeah, you can get egged on and do crazy stuff, just like that kid who went into a wrestling ring. This is like 2 months ago now, I feel like. He went into a wrestling ring because the chat, he was live streaming, and the chat was, like, egging him on. And he couldn't control himself. He wasn't sure, sure in himself. That would be like, oh, I know who I am. Whatever these people are saying doesn't matter. No. He listened to what these people are saying, that went into a wrestling ring, assaulted someone, basically he messed them up for life, and now he's in jail because of it, right? Like, you have to be really sure in yourself if you are going to be like live streaming, because if you're very easy persuaded by other people's words, that could easily backfire.
his streaming career, because back in 2014 he was already on law enforcement's radar, because at just 19 he was arrested alongside of 2 others in connection to a string of vehicle break-ins in Virginia. Police said he rummaged through unlocked cars, stealing coins, credit cards, and other valuables. And to think that was just the
He's gonna put it all on black. He's gonna put it all on black.
start to a lifelong pattern of self-destructive behavior. But this is where the story gets truly unhinged, because on October 2nd, 2025, Austin was live on Twitch celebrating a big win. He just made $5,000 and was essentially on the top of the world. But because he's, well, himself, he immediately decided it was time to
Put it all on black. $5,000 is a decent amount of money, but if you've been gambling for years and you've lost like 30 or 40, you're still negative, you know, $35,000, $30,000. Like, you're still not up. Like, this is why you should never get into it, because the odds are stacked against you. And unless you have crazy control where it's like, oh, you won $1 million, then you just leave, you invest that into something safe where you can't touch it. That's like the smartest thing you could do, but most people can't, right? It's just, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm lucky, I'll do it again.
celebrate. And by celebrating, he muted his microphone to call his dealer and announced that he just made $5 grand and he could pay off his debt and get some more. So this is how that plays out.
Hey guys, I need like 5 minutes, man. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking about just ending the stream and then starting up another one in like 20, but I think it'll only be like 5, maybe 10 minutes at most. Should I just keep the stream on, guys? I got a lot of viewers. Probably just keep it on, all right? Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Let's get it. Give me about 5, 10 minutes, maybe. Yo, what's good, bro?
Why wouldn't he go to a different room or something? Even if he, like, just on the off chance that he forgot to turn the mic off. Why wouldn't you go to a different room? Like, you're talking in the same room. Like, if you go to a different room, or you go to the bathroom, or you go out to the garage, You just go outside, you go anywhere else where the mic can't pick you up. That would have been fine.
Are you on the way? You got my word, man. You got my word, bro. You got my word. Every penny coming through. You know, I always pay my debts, so it's like I gotta pay it eventually. Might as well when I got 5K. Why not? Yeah, I got 5K. That's just over half, man. Think about it. But yeah, I'm coming up taking my debts at the garage. I'm going out there already.
Dude, this is why you say
That's why he didn't go to the garage.
no to hard substances. Wait, where's my hat that's actually super relevant to this? Out of all videos, I should be wearing this hat. The right hat is on. I don't know why I didn't start this video with this hat on. I actually bought this hat as a gag from a street vendor, and I'm not even sure if like the quote is 100% accurate. I don't know if that's the original. I don't know.
Keeping kids off
I
drugs.
just saw Dare and I was like, oh, I remember that thing from way back when. That's a cool hat. Either way, I digress. A lot of sidetracking going on here, but he finishes the call. He comes back and realizes the chat is spamming. Bro, you forgot to mute. You're live. He then starts saying this is all about crypto and that all of them are just idiots for thinking it would be anything else.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh my God, bro. Bro, who the is doing this to me, bro? Who?
That's not a reaction you'd have if it was a talk over crypto debts, dude. He's like freaking out, but if it was just, okay, yeah, you heard that I owed some money on crypto, you know, you wouldn't be freaking out over that. The reaction doesn't match what he's saying.
Who the is doing this to me? That's somebody I borrow money from you. It has nothing to do with you guys are actually idiots. That's not what I'm talking about. My mic's on. I don't give a. What do I give a about that, bro? I have nothing to hide, bro. You dumb. You guys are dumb.
Yeah. Sure, just a crypto transaction between you and your guy swapping in the garage. There's nothing suspicious about that at all. But fast forward just a few hours and the police show up, and he was arrested for felony drug possession. Reportedly...
Man, that guy delivers fast then, huh? He must deliver real fast. And he came over right away, and then you were in the garage doing that? And then someone, obviously hearing that, probably doxed him, I guess? Well, you can't... my mama say you can't fix stupid.
With that white rock. And what makes things even worse is he was already on probation. So under Virginia law, that's a class 5 felony, which covers Schedule 1 or 2 substances, and the sentence is about 1 to 10 years in prison.
Oh, holy crap. 1 to 10 years for that? I don't understand, like, the laws for substances, I think, need to be changed. If you are using them, I think there needs to be, like, obviously repercussions if you're selling them, because that would stop enticing people from doing that. But for, like, using them, in a way, I can see why there need to be repercussions, but I think a large part of people who are using these kind of things are because they're escaping stuff. The really best way to stop using them wouldn't be to, you know, I don't think throw someone in jail, but more to get them help. And how would you do that exactly? I don't know. I'm not a freaking doctor. I'm just a guy with a freaking sick mustache, bud. Woo! Look at that. You like that?
Or up to a year in jail plus a $2,500 fine. So now, not only is he facing prison time, but he could also lose the suspended sentence from his earlier cases. Basically, the courts can unfreeze his old time and stack it on top of the new charge.
What?
Ironically, he might have just gambled away his freedom. But like pretty much everything else I covered, it keeps getting worse because the entire conversation was clipped, reposted, and dissected by his own detractors. There's literally an entire Reddit forum and YouTube channels that track every meltdown, every arrest, and every...
Yo, he lost $900,000? Oh, holy crap, dude. Yeah, if you're doing this kind of stuff as a job, you have to have the control to be like every single dollar that you make or $1,000 that you make, putting aside a percentage of it into an account that you cannot touch. Because if it becomes an addiction, you're just going to withdraw it and waste it.
Everything that this guy does. Essentially, he's what you call a lolcow. I don't think he's reached Chris Chan levels yet, but
I want everything about my house off the internet!
he's definitely up there. But this community pieced together the entire timeline, showing that just hours after the hot mic call, he was booked into jail. So there's even a theory that his own dad, Rat Dad himself, might have actually called the cops after seeing Austin meet his dealer at the family house.
That might have been the case, but, you know, a lot of these streamers, you end up getting, like, doxxed and stuff, which I definitely don't agree with. But maybe someone, you know, doxed him after they literally just heard him say what he's going to do. That could also be the case.
And honestly, if your 30-year-old son is live streaming felonies in your garage while screaming at you about losing $700 in the regular, while gambling and actively using I mean, I don't blame them. That's an
Yeah, no, in that case, as a parent, you have to get them help, right? You have to get your kid help. You can't be like, this is gonna, you know, how does, I don't know this guy's name, but how does he think this is gonna end? Are you just gonna keep gambling in your parents' basement forever? No. So then where's the ending point of this? Where's the turning point? It's obviously not with you having money, because apparently you at one point had $900,000 to lose. So it's not as if you won more money that would fix the problem. This has to be a personality change, or, you know. So in this case, maybe going to jail is actually for the best. If it's at the point where you don't want to get helped and your parents are kind of making that decision for you, then this is probably the best decision that they can make.
absolute nightmare to be around. You don't want that in your house.
Yo, chill out, bro. Yo, chill out, bro. What the f you doing, bro? Even you just saying that, you're an idiot. You're dumb. Don't do that. I'll stop smoking. Goddamn, bro. Fucking her, bro. The fucking girl, bro. Get my room.
Is that his dad? Oh my gosh, this is sad. And look at the drywall in the background. Is this from, like, was he like punching holes in it or something?
Get out of my room.
It's like, by the time he's 30, a lot of chances have been burned to get to that point. Like, it would be completely different if you had a 30-year-old who was working an honest job and was just, you know, not being able to provide for himself on.
That's what I'm saying. If you're at that age, you're working your job, you're trying to save up for a house or whatever, you got your life together, then it's perfectly fine. But it's when you're at home all day, throwing your money down the drain, freaking out, you're not getting anywhere, you're not saving for anything. This can't go on
His own, or is saving up until he can finally move out to his own place.
I'll clean it all up. Dad! I'll clean it up! I'll clean it up! Dude, my dad's telling me to stop, bro.
This is not done in anger?
No!
No, it's home decorating, Ma. It's home decorating. I wanted to be able to see through the door. Oh.
You can ask my chat. Dad, stop! Man, shut the Yo, shut up, man!
But again, I mean, that's just a theory I saw floating around. What makes the story so depressing is how predictable it all was. Austin, unfortunately, has just been spiraling for over a decade, it seems like. And now, essentially, he's risking years behind bars because, well, it's his behavior, but also because he forgot to mute while he was live streaming. Like, come on, dude. Because the guy would have these cycles. He'd win like $30,000, then lose it all, and then beg his chat to fund him again, and then sit, gamble, lose that money again, and then it would just like repeat in cycles.
Yeah, it's almost like he has an addiction. This is what I'm saying, you know, his parents, if it was his parents that ended up calling the police, this is probably for the best, because they, you know, probably at their wits' end, and this is the only thing they can do to get him help. I don't know if there's facilities you can take people to. Like, I know there are if you're an alcoholic, that you can take people to, but they have to check themselves in, right? I don't really see this person doing that voluntarily. So his parents calling the police is probably the next best option.
Like, it's so bad. But as of right now, Bossman Jack is facing court dates, unpaid fines, and another possible stint in rehab or jail or potentially prison. And definitely, if he's convicted, he could easily be going away for a long time. Meanwhile, his viewers are calling this season 7 of his meltdown. So that's also fascinating within itself. Because honestly, the dude just needs help. And after, unfortunately,
That's what I'm saying, but he's not. It does not look like he's going to be the one that's going to seek it out for himself.
doing some research on the guy, I doubt he's going to get it, because as soon as he gets out, he's probably just going to go right back to streaming where he left off. But that's the story of a streamer who literally lost his freedom because he forgot to mute his microphone.
He might go back to it, but if he's been sober from, you know, gambling for, let's say, a year or 6 months, that's probably the only chance where he can actually smarten up and like look back and kind of evaluate what he's doing with his life, and maybe that is hope for things to change. But anyway, hope you guys like this video. This is the end here. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Atozy if you're new, subscribe as well. Hopefully you like this new mask. I won't use it that much because I don't like the fact that you can't see my mouth. But anyway, nonetheless, hope you guys like this. I'll see you guys next time.